Okay, so I'm filming this after I have got the POR 15 on it. Now, I don't know where I am in the video sequence because my computer crashed. It didn't crash. It can't be booted up. I've got to get a new computer, a new laptop, and have somebody pull the videos off of the hard drive, all the information off the hard drive, put it in the new laptop, get the programming for the video editing software, and put it onto the new laptop. So I don't know where I am. I know what I had done in the last video is I had just taken this off of the truck. I had showed you taking it off of the truck. When I say the last video, the video that was posted before this one is going to show me taking it off of the truck using the gantry crane and the lift. What I've done is painted it with POR 15. Yeah, I showed you the lights. What I've done is subsequently gone out and got some running light that go along the side, amber lights. They're those little 3/4 inch button lights. There's a hole for it. Yeah. Again, I'm sorry for the confusion, but I'm not sure what I had filmed, what I hadn't filmed. Anyways, the top has been all painted. I actually had painted it, but then went back and added these brackets on. These brackets are, there's a set on that other side over there too. You can probably see the ends of them sticking out. These brackets are for a Johnson bar. I can stick a Johnson bar down in there, have a bar on one side, and a broom just to sweep the trailer, or I'm sorry, sweep the bed of the truck off if it gets dirt or stones or rocks or whatever on it. Now, I don't plan on putting equipment up here, even though I could put equipment up here, like a bulldozer or something like that. But I don't plan on doing that. But a lot of times when I pick generators up, there's dirt and stuff left on them, on the bottom of them. And as you travel down the road, it bounces off of it and gets on the bed of the truck. So take it off and I'm left with dirt, gravel, nuts, bolts, washers, screws, everything on the truck. So I like to have a broom with me just to sweep it off, because it is a DOT requirement that you can't have loose material on the bed of a truck or trailer that can bounce off and hit some other car. So what's left to do with it? POR 15 is not UV stable. Any exposed parts that are going to be exposed to sunlight have to be painted with an automotive paint. I have ordered that automotive paint. It's a one-step paint. That way I avoid having to put clear coat over it. But anyways, I haven't received it. Again, the underside of the truck or the underside of the bed has to be painted yet. None of the underside is painted. It's been kind of a long process, but it's getting there. There's been some things. I've had to make a couple of local hauls, which have kind of eaten up some time. The computer situation is kind of eaten up time, and I'm leaving very early in the morning to make another run: Ohio, Minnesota, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania. Yeah, but anyways, there it is. That's those brackets that I was talking about. So one side Broom, one side Johnson bar. Yeah, I think it came out okay. Again, yeah, after I paint the underside, I could probably get it back on the truck, and then, no, I'm going to paint at least the front portion of it off with the automotive paint, this part, so that way I don't have to mask the back of the truck up, and this way I can get to it. Even though this part is going to be real close to the cab, it could probably still be exposed to sunlight. So I want to get an automotive finish on that too. But definitely the other side of it will be exposed to sunlight. And again, if I painted that while it was on the truck, I still have to mask off the cab of the truck to paint it. So at least that part needs to be painted before it goes back on the truck. Painted with automotive paint. But anyways, there it is. I'll bring you back. When? I'm not sure. Okay, so I had to go on a haul, and I just kind of wanted to show you some stuff that I received while I was gone. Somebody told me the POR 15 can't be exposed to sunlight. It's not UV stabilized. So anything that's exposed to sunlight has to be covered with a automotive coat or another coat of paint that's UV stable. So what I was going to do, thinking I'd have to get black and then get clear coat to put over it, but I talked to a body guy, painter, and he told me, he says, no, you can get single stage urethane and you can paint over it. So I got this from, as you can see, Eastwood. I tried to get it locally, but the store here was going to send me to a store in Buffalo because they deal with the automotive stuff. So it was just, I had to get going. Easier for me to order it online. Single stage urethane black. It's called Interstate Black, but it's a gloss black. And the urethane paint activator. That gets sprayed over any sections that, again, that are exposed to urethane. I'm sorry, exposed to sunlight. But I'll bring you back. More stuff. Okay, and some other things that we got for the truck are the mud flaps. The mud flap bracket, these are the bolts that go into it. Now, I got black for the mud flap brackets because it's actually going to be kind of underneath the bed and in close proximity to the bed. So I wanted that to match. So I got the mud flap brackets. They're sprung like usual, like normal mud flap brackets. I got some mud flaps that say International on it just to kind of stay with the truck theme. And then I got these weights. Now these weights are chrome plated. They are fairly heavy, but they go on the bottom of the mud flap just to keep them down. I talked about, maybe in one of my videos, I talked about putting one of them wire brackets that kind of hold the mud flap in place from flapping back and forth. I understand their functionality. I'm not really happy with the way they look once you put them on. So I'm going to go with this. If I have issues with the mud flaps flying up, then we'll do something else. Maybe have to put those brackets on, but for now, I'm going to try and stick with this. So those are the couple of things that came in while I was gone. For the flaps, in the mud flap box, I got this stuff and I have absolutely no idea what it is, what it's for, anything. Oh, wait a minute. You know what I do know? I think there was supposed to be chrome end caps that came with them. Maybe there's another package. Hang on. Let me bring you back. Okay, so this is well after I just shot that previous clip about these things. And what happened is I found the reflectors that were supposed to be included in it, tucked inside of there. I never saw them. And also the end caps. So these end caps go on after the mud flaps get bolted through this into it. But I just wanted to give you a little update on that. I said that I would bring you back about the package that was missing. It wasn't a package. They were actually tucked inside of the thing. So there's that. So this gun has a 1.3 millimeter nozzle on tip on it. Everybody's saying for urethane you should be running a 1.7. So I've got the shop where I bought this thing looking, see if they can get me a 1.7 nozzle tip for that. Again, I'm still without a computer, so couldn't upload the video. What I spent the day doing is finish drilling the holes for the running lights in the side of the bed. And then these two that I added to the back here, I got both sides done. So there's the two lower ones, and I don't know whether I can fit through here or not. Yeah, I can fit here. But I got both sides done today. All of the shavings or chips on the floor there. Yeah. Anyways, so probably what I'm going to do tomorrow, if they can't come up with that tip today, probably what I'm going to do tomorrow is take the old gun, throw some more of that POR 15 in the gun, and do another coat on the underside. And then I'm not really sure. Just the POR can't be exposed to sunlight, and I've said this a million times, but just to re-emphasize this, so in case somebody's viewing this and hasn't seen the other ones, POR can't be exposed to UV, so it's not UV stable. So you have to paint over it. So that's why I got the urethane, a one-step urethane to paint over it. That way I don't have to paint it and then put a clear coat over it. So I've got the urethane, and the only thing that has to be, technically has to be painted with the urethane is like the back side of this, the front side of this. I say the front and back being backwards. I consider this the front side because that's the side that you use the most. The back side will be the part against the cab. And then all of the side rails and the back. But I've got basically a gallon of it, the urethane. So I'm going to spray a second coat on the underside with POR 15. But when the urethane, I might spray a coat on the top side of this just to give it some added protection. But anyways, again, still without a computer, so can't upload videos, can't edit, can't do anything. As soon as I get something going here, it'll be posted. It's probably going to be a good 3 weeks before I get another, it'll be 3 weeks since my last video before I get another video out, but it's coming, guys. Well, by the time that I say that, by the time that you see this one, that one will already have been out. Okay, so what I got the truck back in the shop. I've got the rack back up, the bed back up on the gantry crane and the hoist. And I backed the truck in here. Nice day today, supposed to go up to like 75. It's been cold and raining the last week or so. But anyways, what I did is I took a flapper disc and sanded off the top of it where the wood is going to sit, and sprayed it with Rust-Oleum. Now, why I didn't use the POR 15 is because that paint can't be painted over other paints, because I think of the base material. It's very it's like a oil-based or a lacquer type paint, and it would probably peel up the paint that's on it now. That's exactly why I use Rust-Oleum, because I don't know what paint is on it. I didn't take the entire surface down to bare metal. Besides that, even if I did take the surface down to bare metal, the sides would still be painted, and the POR 15 would react with that paint. So I use Rust-Oleum because it's enamel, and because enamel can be painted over anything. What I did is just use the Rust-Oleum, put 2 coats on the top, just sanded down the top. What I'm going to do is get those boards out and get the boards put on here. Now, what I'm probably going to use is a silicone. I'll run a bead of silicone down there so that the boards are kind of stuck to the top of the frame using that, and then I'll lower the bed down onto the boards. But anyways, again, no videos have been posted previously for a long time. There's probably going to be a video that has been posted, but this is going to be the second video after the computer crash, and I haven't been able to post anything. This is, yeah, well, there's a lot of dust on it. I painted over it with that polyurethane paint, and so that it would be UV protected. I did the other side too. I haven't done the side rails. I'm going to be more meticulous with the side rails and stuff, because I just wanted to get a coat of paint over the POR 15 so that because the POR 15 isn't UV protected, so I wanted to get a coat over that where I couldn't get to it. And once this thing goes back on, I wouldn't be able to get to the backside of any of this. Not that it's going to get that much sunlight, but it will get some sunlight, and I don't want that paint POR 15 to be exposed to the sunlight. But anyways, I'll bring you back. Okay, so here's the shop, and what is missing except the bed of the truck can only mean one thing: that it's back onto the truck. Kind of see where the overspray kind of tinted the floor black a little bit. What I'll do is I'll take it down by the truck and just show it to you. It's not bolted on, U-bolted on yet. I just put some C-clamps on it like I had originally on the thing. Just to, I don't know why. You know what I mean? The C-clamps, if something's big enough to move it, those C-clamps aren't going to hold it, but my anal mind. Yeah, I got to clean this up. I'm going to leave the gantry crane there. Shouldn't need it anymore, but I want to leave it there just in case. You know, you never know. Okay, give you a little shot as we're walking towards it. Yeah, I kind of like the looks of those D-rings. It'll look a lot better once the wood is on there too. But there it is. There's a 3/4 inch slat in the center of it. Yeah, I don't want to get you blown out by the sun here, but now again, this back is still POR 15, but I'm not concerned about it. It's only supposed to be sunny. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's only going to be sunny for a couple more hours, and then the weather's supposed to start turning again. But yeah, there it is. Happy with it. Gonna clean that shop up, and then we can start the wood. I need to get the bolts, the U-bolts, down to it. Yeah, see, there's one of those C-clamps in there. They're not going to do anything if something drastic happens to move this thing. I'm kind of estimating the weight of this without the wood as being around 4,000 pounds. Yeah, I like the looks of it. It wouldn't have looked as great if it was squared off. That angle cut down to the height of the side rail. Yeah, I think it looks good that way. But anyways, there it is. One of the things that I want to talk about is you probably saw this table in the background of some of the clips that I had shot. And then in the last clip where I showed you the truck outdoors, you probably saw the wiring harness. I had talked about putting those button lights, the 3/4 inch button lights down the side of the truck. So I ended up making a wiring harness for it. Just use wire loom wire. Now, I have shown, and I'm not going to show you, I didn't even film any clips of me making the harness for this. I had showed clips of it making a harness for my trailer, and if you want to see it for some reason, you can go back and find it. I'm not even sure what video it's in, and again, with the problem with the computer and everything else, I don't even want to begin to start to look for it right now. The issue is, what I wanted to tell you was, in the other ones, I use crimp connections, and when I say the other one, the trailer wiring harness, I use crimp connections, and I'm having some issues with it, or I had some issues with it. I haven't had any recently, but I had some issues with it. Getting the salt and stuff that they use in the Northeast in the wintertime, getting up into the wiring harness. And some of the connections turned out to be unstable, mainly the bullet connections between the lights and the bullet connectors that I had to get. And again, those button lights that I get are called truck lights. That's the manufacturer of them. But I can't, I've researched it and had other people research it. I can't find the female bullet connection by Truck Light, which is kind of a rubberized connection on theirs originally. I can't find the female connection for it. They apparently don't sell it, or if they do, I just haven't been able to find it. The point is this is the table that I used it for. So what I did is soldered all of the connections and used heat shrink to go over the wires after the soldered connections were made and put it all inside of a wiring harness. I've also got some of this, and it's like a liquid electrical tape type of stuff to kind of seal up any connections that I might be suspect about. So better to go overboard than to be sorry later and have to figure out what's going on with bad connections. But I'll bring you back. Okay, here's a little steel square, and what I'm going to do is screw it to the wood underneath where the bar sets in those brackets up there. But as you probably see, I've got most of the bed on. So that will be in the next shop update, getting the wood on, etc. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for bearing with me about all of the times that I say my computer crashed and I don't know what I filmed and haven't filmed or said and hadn't said. So again, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment.